Hi there, so just in Flight Simulator X here on the Quito approach mission. It's a tough mission. It starts off mid-air with what looks like the autopilot engaged. Just have to check the cockpit for that. Alright, so we'll be following the instructions using the autopilot, and then probably coming into land.
The airport's only a few miles ahead of us, but the controller will vector us out to the south and give us a right turn to line up with runway 35. The airport elevation is 9,228 feet.
Alright, so the implications there are that we're going to use the autopilot until we make a right turn.
Back to 210, global freightway 397 heavy.
Just reduce the speed.
And slow to 210 knots.
Okay, so that's an easy instruction first of all.
Global freightway 397 heavy. Turn right heading 150. Descend and maintain 12000.
Right to 150, down to 12000. Global freightway 397 heavy. Okay, turn right to 150 degrees and descend to 12,000 feet. Maintain 210 knots during the descent.
Okay, so just set up the autopilot there to bring us down to 12,000 feet.
We're a little fast, slow to 210 knots.
So just reduce the vertical speed dial there to reduce the speed of descent, and hopefully that will prevent the speed from staying too high. And I'll use the spoilers to just slow down even more, and I only need to use them for a moment. Alright, so I'm not a pilot, but I have done quite a bit of simulated flying in FSX, so I do know my way around the cockpit, around the basics that you need for FSX. So just to give you a quick heads up on that, you've got the autopilot dials here and display for speed here. The speed will only automatically be adjusted using the throttles, or the autopilot will adjust the throttles if this auto throttle switch is on. That alarm, not sure why that's going off, could be to do with the descent versus the speed and us not having the gear down. I've just put the gear down, it didn't stop the alarm, so I'm not quite sure why that's going off. It's a bit of an annoying background noise, but I'm going to continue. Flaps are set to 10. The heading heading bearing is 150 degrees on a compass, so sort of south and a little bit east. Vertical speed is how fast we will ascend or descend, and then the altitude hold dial is here, and that's controlled by the plus and minus on the icon. That should take us to hold at 12,000 feet. For some reason the hold button is not showing as lit on the virtual cockpit. Don't know why that is, probably just a bug. But we are on track. We'll listen to the instructions.
Get ready to level off at 12,000.
Okay, well we'll level off automatically, so we don't need to get ready to level off in any way, apart from just to wait. Can't see the airport yet. It was mentioned that we'd be taking a tight right turn. My confidence is good right now, but having messed up this landing many a time over the years, probably about 5 times. I've tried this over about 12 years and probably landed it once out of the 5. arm the speed brake a little bit prematurely so I don't have to think about it later. That will cause the spoilers to raise up after we touch down
Global Freightway 397 heading
and slow down.
350.
Right, okay.
Right to 350, Global Freightway 397 heavy. Make it tight right turn now to a heading of 350.
No problem. So let's just do that on the autopilot again. Okay, this is concerning that the aircraft is not... okay, so I want to turn right, so probably turn a bit too quickly, so I'm actually going to take the heading hold off because of that. The amount of turn that was required there is just too much, so I want to just take that heading hold off and really make that a really tight right turn. Okay, I'm having to rescue the situation, and we got a stall. Okie dokie, that's great. Full throttle, just about rescuing itself here. This is already turning into a disaster flight at the moment. We've got the take the speed hold off, full throttle. I don't quite know how I managed to rescue that situation, but just about did. And we still need to turn right drastically to find the runway. So just keep that throttle nice and up tight there. Get the speed hold back on and just keep it at 210. Okay, so don't know quite how I averted disaster there, because actually when I put the throttle full forward after that stall, I still had the speed hold on, so there was no response from the throttle, but somehow we managed to get out of the sticky situation for a moment. It might fail me on this mission automatically if I don't get this turn done. Just going to take some of that.
We're a little fast. Slow to 210 knots.
So we've gone from stalling speed to being too fast now. I think I'm going to take the speed hold off and just start manually controlling the throttle. Just need to keep an eye on that speed gauge so that we don't end up stalling again. So 60 nautical miles suggesting, and I'm turning a very heavy aircraft here. I'll get another view up. So you can see just how big this aircraft is. And cheating a bit because I'm using the arrow on the top left to guide where I should be, and the speed is just added a bit of throttle there to keep that speed going. Right, now, so we should have about 12 nautical miles now before we get to the airport. I can't see it, frankly. So unless there's another turn, not quite sure what I'm looking for here. All I can see is sort of mountainous plains up ahead. Some towns and villages down there. There's a bit of rudder. Seems to be kind of the wind seems to be blowing about this aircraft. And okay, I think that might be the airport up ahead, which is useful to know. Flaps are set to 5 at the moment, and okay, there's the runway. So So if he doesn't tell me to set more flaps, I'm going to set them soon. I'll set flaps to 10.
Cleared for the visual. Global Freightway 397 heavy. Well, there's our Lower the gear, set flaps 20, and arm the speed brakes. Bring the thrust back and slow to 155 knots as you descend toward the runway.
Okay, so it's useful to have that co-pilot instruction there. Flaps are set to 20.
Switching to tower, global freight weighs 397 heavy.
I think he said slow to about 155.
Quito tower, global freight weighs 397 heavy with you on the visual, 35.
Okay.
Global freight weighs 397 heavy, wind 340 at 15, runway 35, clear to land. Clear to land, global freight weighs 397 heavy.
So I've set the flaps to 25.
55 knots.
Set the flaps 30. I think that warning is probably around needing to have the gear down. So the gear is now down. The alarm is now off. We earlier armed the speed brakes, and we just need to keep this glide down. It's really difficult to keep the aircraft straight, and we're not exactly lined up with the runway quite yet, and we're actually rather low. Okay, I don't know why that pause occurred, but a little moment of respite. It's got 4 reds at the moment on the runway, so we're too low. And yet we're not at the target speed yet that the co-pilot was suggesting for landing, so I think I'm going to reduce the throttle to idle now. Okay, got one white light back on, which is helpful, and we are gradually descending. I'm now idle on the throttle. That's what we want to see. We want to see the two. We do want to see 2 red, 2 white if we can. So I just need to lift the nose a little bit to get over this building. A tad too slow here, so just adding a bit more throttle, as you'll be able to see there. Just want to stay straight now, just to get this last little part of the landing done. A bit more throttle, a bit more throttle, flare, flare, flare. Oh, would you believe that? Right at the crucial point, it crashed out, right at the point of landing. I thought I had that in the bag, guys. I really thought I had that in the bag. Okay, so I'm going to end the mission there, sadly.